In just 1 week, Vice President Kamala Harris is set to debate former President Donald Trump.
Yes, Doug Luzader, as the countdown continues, joining us from Washington. Doug, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, before we dig in, are we sure that this debate is actually going to happen?
No, we're not. I mean, you know, you look at the three parties involved here. You've got the Harris campaign, the Trump campaign, and ABC, the host network. ABC thinks they've got an agreement. The Trump campaign thinks they've got an agreement. The Harris campaign, you know, they're still trying to press for these rule changes involving how the microphones are handled. So we think this is going to happen in a week, but it's just not entirely clear that everyone will agree to these ground rules. So while the debate stage is apparently reserved and ready to go in Philadelphia, it's a question of who's going to be on it.
And that's interesting. Okay, and debate or no debate, voting's going to take place regardless, and early voting, in fact, will start in just a few days in some states. So what do the polls tell us about maybe how people are feeling at this point?
Well, it's awfully tight. You know, everything seems to be within the margin of error, not just the national polls, but even when you really look at these swing states. Now, it is very evident that Kamala Harris, her addition to the ticket, has made a lot of these states a lot more competitive. I mean, Trump had been building some leads in some of these swing states. They were small leads, but they were leads. Now everything seems to be kind of dead even again. And in fact, in some of these polls, Harris is even up, but still often within the margin of error. So something like a debate could have a big impact if it happens.
How much faith can we put into these polls? Obviously, in 2016, a lot of people learned how wrong they can be, and the tendency that they seem to underestimate Trump voters. So how much stock do we put into them this election cycle?
Yeah. For whatever reason, Trump voters have been more difficult to get accurate polling information from. Now, that was clearly evident in 2016. In 2020, even though the polls had Biden leading, which ended up being accurate, they kind of overstated the lead that he had, and the race ended up being closer than expected. So once again, it seemed as though many polls were kind of undercounting the number of Trump supporters out there. So I think with each election, these pollsters try to figure out how to reach those voters and make sure that they're counting them accurately. But it's a challenge, and it's something of an unknown.
Doug Luzader in Washington, we appreciate you as always.
Thanks so much. Take care.
Thank you. Same to you.